Hey, Q&A about my IR pack, and thank you all for your really nice comments. I'm positively surprised, and your feedback and everything. So this was the answer to, I guess, couple of questions, many. At least there was a few people who asked me to play some later Van Halen in standard tuning, which I kind of did on the release video, but I just thought, okay, let's play some more. I don't have any guitars in standard tuning, and actually that song, the Runaround, I just played a little for unlawful carnal knowledge. It is in E flat tuning. It's not even in standard tuning. So this is in E flat, so it was actually accurate. The first song I played, dee, it's not Judgment Day. So yeah, and the gear now it's this guitar. It's a ESP M1 from '87. This is done afterwards. This single coil. So originally these had one pickup like M1s. Duncan distortion, the Duncan vintage hard stack. Then into pedal board, I don't have anything on. KHE amp switcher. I was using a 5152, the lead channel. Nothing in between. And then power station, and line out from the power station to the input of one of the inputs of my Pro Tools Carbon audio interface, and then I'm using this Neural DSP's Soldano just as a cabinet. As you see, everything else is bypassed. Well, I had the delay now on those kind of Eddie Van Halen style delay there, but everything else is bypassed. I was using the Marshall Carnivore 57 with SSL 4K preamp and EQ. For the cabinet from my IR pack. So another question was, I think I've answered many of these, was how these work in standard tuning, and it's like, don't really know what that means, but in general, the lower the tuning, the more low end your guitar will project, so the more low end the sound will have. And you can compensate that. Let's say, okay, this is in E flat. Okay. I'm just gonna keep the small delay on because I like it. This guitar is drop A. Okay, that's a bit more, too much low end. But the resonance. So the IR is like a cabinet. The question that how these IRs works in standard tuning is a bit like how does a Marshall cabinet works in standard tuning. Well, the cabinet puts out the sound you created, and you know, you can tweak it with your amp or put an overdrive in front to tighten, or choose a tight pickup or whatever. But yeah, so these are like, to me, they work for anything. A little bit different, like the V30. Let's actually take the just cabinet without a delay, and this is the Mesa V30. It's really tight, and it works. To me, it works in every tuning, but especially lower tunings, it works really well. And if we want a little bit more woof, more bottom to it, we can blend in the Royer 121, which I many times do with this cabinet and speaker. So this is oversized Mesa with V30s. You don't have to do a lot. Now there's a little bit move, and then if we change to dual rectifier, 1003 modern mode, SD1 in front. Really tight, whereas with let's say DV77, which is a pretty huge bottom, and let's dial this back. So if I would use this cabinet, I would do back the low end from the amp. Now it sounds really good, whereas now with the V30 it probably sounds a bit thin. Yes. Now there's more low end. So to me these work fantastically with any amp, any tuning, any guitar. It's just, you know, with different amps, different guitars, obviously it sounds different, like a real cab, because these are the closest thing to my real cabs as I could humanly got them. And then let's go through some more questions. I've mostly answered these. Alright, body IRs, put them in the signal chain, match the volume, sounds amazing. I can really feel the gift. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because this was my goal. I want to feel the speaker and the boof with these IRs, which I mission accomplished. I've actually used these IRs now more than my real cabinets, because it's basically the same. And it's easier. I don't need to worry about the, you know, volume. Instant buy, can confirm the woof is there. Thank you. Nice job. Oh, this is new. I haven't answered. I love your tonic profiles and these new IRs. Please make some greenback IRs. Choose a we can all happily buy them too. I enjoyed your enthusiasm in the video. You rock. Thank you. Yes, that cabinet there. If you see that one, there's greenbacks. There's two 25-watt M greenbacks, two EVH greenbacks. It's in the plan. It's in the works. It will come out in due time. And yes, there will be a pack with one of my Marshall cabs, which is the Marshall V30s and old T75s. That's coming too. So there is stuff coming, but you know, different sounds, different packs. So these three speakers and these two cabs, the Mesa Boogie cab with the V30s and one of my Marshall cabs with the Carnivore and DV77 are the ones I use myself the most, and I wanted to do this first, because these are the cabinets and speakers I use the most. I bought and tried the IRs you created right away. Sounds amazing. You're absolutely right. You really don't feel not only the speaker but the cabinet as well. You can even sense the movement of the air and the woof. Incredible work. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Exactly what I had in there. And there's a purchase because I trust Euge. Thank you, much appreciated. You know, I don't, obviously I make some, you know, make a living mixing, playing guitar, doing these, but I never put out anything just to cash. It's like I would be pissing on my legs if I would do that, because everything that has my name on it is something I actually use and I've signed it off. Like, because these IRs, I spend a lot of time to do these like they are now. I never thought that using IRs can make me feel like playing through a real cab. Air punch from IR. What? Euge is living in 2050. You mean that I look so old? Or I know what you mean. Thank you. And now, so we do these IRs are game changers indeed. Thank you. Yeah, I know the game changer is a little bit like when I did the headline to this video and stuff, I thought, that's so used. But I honestly feel, at least to me, these were game changers, because I've never had IRs like this. It's like my real cabs with the woof and the thing. So in a way, I think the game changer is legit. And I know there's so many game-changing things, especially if you look YouTube, you know, those headings and, you know, game-changing this and game-changing that. Most of the time it's BS, but, you know. Okay, nice to see you're over the moon giddy about it. Yeah, I mean, I tried to do this a long time, but finally I found a way. It's pretty tedious, but it's worth it. Blown away, killer job. Okay, 950, yes, spot on. This is probably related to the mixing where I compared to the real cabs. And actually, in that mix, because I did the same treatment to the real cabs and the IRs. The IRs sounded a bit better, but if I would have treated them a little bit differently, like how I will treat, they would probably sound exactly the same. But I just wanted to show you that what is the difference with the exact same processing. So the IRs were just a little bit more refined and I guess tighter, because the IR it's a capture of it. You know, with a real cab it's a living organism, so it breathes, it moves air constantly. So sometimes a more refined IR could work better in the context of a mix than a big cabinet, you know, moving air a lot. Being fan for a while, decided to buy these and the absolute punch, using a fractal FM3 and all kinds of fans. Thanks, Euge, for putting these together. Your caps absolutely bang the woof. Thank you. Then these are good. Finally, there's a match with physical vibrations from the guitar. What I hear. Thank you. Your comments, what you have. This is exactly how I felt. What I was aiming for. It makes me feel really good that all of you think so too. Sounds really cool. I hope you'll do even more IRs in the future. Do you have any cab with the Marshall Vintage 30s? Yes, I do. And like I said, the Van Halen grip. Yes, I do. I think I mentioned that. Those are on the way in due time later this year. I really appreciate this super long and detailed presentation. Thank you. Yeah, because I don't like to watch shorts. I don't have TikToks or Twitters or I don't really like. I use Instagram whenever I'm posting something. If I watch something, I like to watch like Rick Beato. I love Rick Beato. Long, detailed videos where there's actually some valued information. You know, there's enough of these. I have no interest in. But again, we're all different. Pick up the pack the other day. Can't put it down. Amazing job. Appreciate this so much. Thank you. Sounds killer. I mean, this is... okay, what this is there negative? Bought the pack, it's super cool, the woof is legit there. One thing I noticed is that I do double track my guitars, but with this particular IR pack you should quad track because it sounds massive. I did blend the Carnivore with the Mesa V30s and the Marshalls V30s with the... Yeah, I do a lot of blending too on my productions. Like, you know, let's say the first two rhythm guitars, if there's quad track, are with the Carnivore. I just mixed an album where I did a Finnish metal band, where I did those left one, right one was a Soldano with the Carnivore, left two and right two, so 3 and 4, were the 5150 with the Mesa V30, a little bit tighter, more mid-range sound, and that combination sounded just great. Game changer, congrats. Okay, so this was positive in the end. Thank you. We've been waiting for this, thanks. Fantastic sound. I was preparing to sell my quad codecs, but decided to try your eyes. Oh, you made me finalize the key. Thank you. I use quad codecs myself too, and I used the caps that comes with it on the first CYHRA tour. I did with that, and then I used some other IRs which I went through in the video, but I heavily EQ'd, like post EQ'd them, because they just sounded like a speaker without the cabinet, without the 3D depth. So I was able to get good sound with the stock QC stuff, but it needed a lot of EQing and work. But with my IRs, at least I'm using, you know, quad codecs live. It's actually there. So now I don't have any global EQ, any post EQ, nothing. I just have the captures of my amps, the hard hitters packs, and then these IRs, or then on some scenes I'm using the full rigs from my hard hitters packs. But it's a cool option because those hard hitters they are with the Mesa cabinet. But let's say if I want to use a Carnivore cabinet, I just used my direct capture from the hard hitters and then use the Carnivore IR. So yeah, but I don't need any post EQ or any processing other than the amp and a cab. I want the woof. Good, you got the woof. I got you covered. Woof, woof. Instant buy, great sounding IR with my SLO 800. Great sounding with my SLO 800 too. Oh yeah, Fluff. Oh fuck yes. Thank you, Fluff. I would be interested to know what you think about this. So, you know. What else? Was there any questions? I really appreciate these comments, but I'm gonna look if there was. Can you do a video with standard to mid-gain sounds? Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I think I just did that, but like I said, I don't have any guitars at the moment here in my studio with standard to, but mid-gain. Let's switch to the 5150. So that was the Mesa. I just rolled down the volume. What speaker am I using now? I'm using the Mesa. Let's put the Carnivore is probably my favorite, like overall speaker. Let's turn down the. So with the Carnivore and DV, I hardly use the Royers because these have so much. The Marshall cabinet has so much bottom. Like yeah, it's a lot fuller than just the V30 on its own. Not a lot fuller, but fuller. Cool, so yeah, there it is. More of the later, well that I covered. I think that was one of the questions where somebody asked like, what mid-gain sounds, later EVH sounds are really high gainy. I mean, I think he has, because the live things and the latest, I think he has more gain than I have now, because there's a lot of gain. Let's do a little bit more later VH sounds because it's fun. I mean later, this is from 91. was later VH. I'm not sure if that was late enough. Just bought, made my GT 1000. I think this is Buzz or Roland. Sound real. Thank you. Now the problem is picking the one to use is they also are great. I agree. Usually my go-to is the Carnivore, with the SSL 4K EQ. And then if I want a little bit darker, I go to the DV77. And if I want something tighter, I go to the Mesa. These V30s are old, so they don't have any of the fizz. They're actually rather dark, but I usually blend in the Royer to add some bottom and some top. Those are kind of my favorites. Just per se, if it's comforting knowing they were made with precision from ears I trust, always good day. Thank you. Bought immediately. Really liking these IRs. Thank you. Let's see if how Pepita isn't intimidated. Yeah, Pepita, it's the owl. No, he's not. He likes the wolf because he sits on the speaker, so you get a nice. You need wolf with VHT cabinet, Eminencer, Beef, Marshall cap. Could you tell? Do I? It's good that someone. Oh, I think this is general. What like you means in generally. Well, I don't have this cabinet anymore and nor these speakers, but I have a Marshall cap with G12 vintages, so that's coming in the future. These are great. I still think the trick is in the mic positioning. Absolutely, it's crucial. So that's why I only did one, which is the perfect mic positioning for me. You know, the sweet spot. Awesome IRs. I'm not getting any work done because I'm shoving these into every amp. Haven't even got to my real amp yet. Cool. Got a lot of catching up. What speakers are going to be the next pack? I don't have the greenback either. I had it for a while, but then I didn't really, you know, it was kind of like V30, but not, and you know, I don't have, so that's not gonna, but there. So what else is going to be on the future pack? So there's the EVH greenback, the 25M standard greenback, then I have old T75s, I have Marshall vintages. Do I have anything else? Maybe, but they will be released in the future. Sound amazing with the XFX. I can never find IR that sound good for me. Just play guitar for, and I have a million IRs from York. These sound very good on my speaker with a lot of word frequencies. Thank you. Yeah, because I did the, like there's the non-EQ and EQ'd version with the SSL channel strip. So I was just checking out some, like I said, I'm not a numbers guy, but it looks like 800, but on the SSL, it's actually, the numbers are like, they don't really, so I think it's more closer to 500 when I'm checking out a bit. And then this says like 5, but I think in reality it's actually closer to 4K, you know, that harsh 4K frequency when I'm checking out. And then I'm adding some, this looks like a 10, 12K, but who knows what it actually is. It's like a dB or two, you know, just to smoothen things out a little bit. Whatever that is, I don't know. Next time I use it, I need to see if it sounds good. It's good, then it's there. Yes, I'm waiting for this. I can really get it right with the hard hitters back in my Nano Cortex. No IRs can match real amp and cab. Well, I mean, real deal is always a real deal. You know, it's the digital stuff. It's just a close emulation, and I managed to get these like so close that I'm perfectly happy. But yeah, it's like, of course, it's never gonna be the, you know, real deal is a real deal. But yeah, okay, he can get it. Yeah, well, you know, it was just the tones I personally use and like to use, and this is totally understandable. The Carnivore blend is one of the best tires I've ever used. Maybe the 57 121. That's been a favorite of many of my colleagues, my friends too. They've said that is great. I find it with the 121, there's quite a lot of low end, but if you have a thinner sounding amp, it probably works great. Great. I usually use the Convo just with the 57. Euge Wolf Valovirta. Woof, woof. I gave these quick tests with my Solar and SLO. They sound great, much better than my mic cab, honestly. Sometimes I feel that too, honestly. Actually, I can listen difference. I prefer the sound of the keeping what you said the sensor, because yeah, okay, the Wolf Pack. Was there any more questions? No wonder I'm missing the Wolf most okay, this was a long, but read this, Rianga. There was a lot of valid information, like why I no idea about this, but this is, I guess, what I was doing, and he explains it theoretically. I just used my ears. What drum VST are you using? It sounds so good with the way. Well, I use different on different songs. On this one, I think I used Mix Waves, the CYHRA 2, but I use like multi-outs and then like raw sounds from whatever drum VST I'm using. So it's like real drums. And then I have multi-outs, kick bass, like I would mix real drums. And then I do my treatment. I use the SSL EQ and compression, basically. Always, that's on every channel. Then I have a little bit of parallel compression there, like 4 different reverbs, like gated reverb, tiled room. They are all from Euge's Lexicon 480L plugin, or just stock Pro Tools reverb. But there's usually 4 reverbs, parallel compression. I don't have anything in the drum bus. No, sorry, I have Euge's tapes in the drum bus, and yeah. But I have used many different ones just to keep myself, like not bore myself. Like, okay, let's use this one and this one, and then let's mix it, compress and EQ like I would do with real drums. And then, thank you. I'm really glad to hear that you like how I mix the drums. I mean, I've got many compliments. Usually on my mixes, some people have said that the drums are quite loud. I like loud drums. Like, drums were my first instrument. Obviously, I like guitars too, but if the drums are wimpy and not too, because everything sounds good if you have a good drum sound and they're loud, and then you just put stuff in there and it will be fine. But if the drums suck, everything will suck, in my opinion. How come many of my Scandinavian brothers are so talented? It must be in the schools, not in the schools here, or maybe it's in the water. But yeah, the school system, education system is pretty cool in Scandinavia. You can do university degree, master's degree, without any money. So everything is like, it's great. Check out something is wrong, and it's okay. Timo, please send an email to Strange Angles. It's one guy, Joseph. So please, if he is not replying to you immediately, please understand it's just one guy who's taking care of all this. So please send him an email, and he will be probably, or maybe by that time, this time, because this is 3 days ago, I have missed this. Maybe this is already been sorted out, but if not, please send an email to Strange Angles. The email is in their website. Can anyone confirm this work on 2-notch opus? That's a good question. They should, because these are WAV files. If the 2-notch opus, if the IRs you load are in a WAV format, then it should work like with anything else. I haven't tried it with this one because I don't have it, but we tried this with Joseph, and I sent this to some of my friends to try with whatever plugin systems they had, and so far these have worked with all. And Joseph did because Fractal uses something different, so he did something to these that they work in Fractal too. But I would say, yeah, or anyone, if you have this, please confirm this. But I should think so, because it's just WAV files, Which one to choose, Hotel or Emperor stage? What I have, whatever sounds good in any given situation. Yeah, like, whatever sounds good to you, to use that. Leonard, yeah, this is, yeah, I actually talked with Joseph about this, and this has been sorted out. Thank you for your patience, Leonard, much appreciated. Do you have any nice grand bass guitars? Yeah, I have a okay IR over 20 years old that I've used, and many other people have used that guitar on several albums. Great sounding acoustic. K-IRI from, I think it's from early 2000s, Japan made. Which should I buy to use with PC plugins? There are 4 to choose from. Okay, so what have I replied? Yeah, this IR pack, this is just like the cabinet, and it works with any plugin, like I said. And this, I think what you are, Dennis Apollo, what you're referring to is my amp packs, hard hitters pack. So there's version, they are all the same, but there's different versions because different devices use different whatever. So there's one pack for quad cortex, one to use with Tonex, either the software or hardware, one to use with NAM, one to use with Kemper. So they are made for like devices that you can load these into. But this IR packs is just valve files. Pick your favorite AmpSync plugin, load it in, and it should work. Like I have replied to this. So there's probably just a misunderstanding, Dennis, because my hard hitters packs are, when you go to the IR pack site, they are there, but they're just there for you to know that I have these amp captures too. Because there's direct amp captures on these hard hitters packs, and then my full signal chain, like the whole chain. And those are captured, you know, the QZ pack, I captured that with quad cortex. The NAM is captured with the NAM software. The Tonex is captured with the Tonex software and stuff, because I have those. The Kemper and the Fractal, those I borrowed when I did those captures, because I don't have those, but I borrowed those to do these captures. Discount code doesn't apply to the Tonex IR pack. Well, there's no such thing as Tonex IR pack. Like I said, it's just one IR pack. The Tonex pack is my hard hitters amp capture pack, and this discount, which is by the way valid now. Now it's Tuesday when I'm filming this, Tuesday 3rd of February. This is valid to next Friday, which is 6th. So by 6th of Friday, you'll get a $10 discount from the IR pack, not from the hard hitters packs. It's just for the IR pack. Which one you recommend with quad cortex? Hard hitters. Is the new IR capture better in your opinion? Well, again, whatever sounds good to you, use that. What sounds the best? What have I replied here? I don't even remember anymore. The hard hitters are my full rig captures. In a way, those are more real, yeah, because that's the whole capture with quad cortex of how everything reacts with each other. Like I wrote here. And those hard hitters packs, I used knee mic pre's, so there was no EQ. It was just a knee mic pre. And on these new IRs, I've used the SSL mic pre's with the SSL EQ, but there's also versions without the EQ. So there's a bit different flavor. They both sound great. And like I have said here, I think I'm repeating myself here, but if it sounds good, it's good. And I think all of these are good. Depending the situation, one is probably more good than the other. But I can say which one is better or which one I recommend, because it all depends when I look. Yeah, so whatever sounds good in any given situation. Let's see what he has replied. Right now I've been using QZ stereo setup with neural DSP plugin Soldano on one side. That's actually great. It's pretty much identical to my Soldano. When I set the amp, just like I said it, and in the plugin, it's basically identical with my IRs. Except usually I have the overdrive around 5.5, 6 on real one, and on the Soldano plugin, I usually have the, let's see my basic. Whoops, sorry, there's a little bit noise. OD basic. Yeah, I have it on 5. Yeah. So this has just a little bit. Other than that, the settings are pretty much identical to what I use. So this plugin is great. Yeah, so he uses the Soldano plugin on the hard hitters, Soldano on the other. Yeah, obviously they are probably a little bit, you know, different, because on the hard hitters is the full signal chain. I've been loving this combo for the hardcore punk we play. As the front of house engineer at the gig said, the harder hard hitters capture adds clarity to the sound, especially slower. Is a newer, softer sound makes faster if easier to play. Yeah, I think he's using the full signal chain, so that's like amp, pedal, if there was a pedal, cabinet, mic pre, and I was hitting that mic pre pretty hard, so you get the flavor of the Neve mic pre also with these hard hitters packs. So it might sound, I mean, that's why it's called hard hitters, because they hit hard. I have bought IRs from all the big and recommended companies, totally convinced that 99.9% are dog shit. As I think very highly about your work, I'll give it a go. Stay tuned. So, okay, Martin Gerard, let us know. What do you think about? Are these two dog shit in your opinion or not? I'm 99% sure that these are not in your opinion, but what do I know? Opinions are like a-holes, you know, everybody has one and they're usually all different. How will the IR sound? Okay, yeah, so this one I think I covered, you know, whatever. Anyway, hey, thank you for your, again, for your nice comments. Makes me feel really good that you know, I'm not alone in my what I personally think sounds good, because apparently many of you have the same kind of similar taste than I do when it comes to guitar sounds and IRs. And let's do one more with a clean. I'm not sure if I played clean on the first one. I think somebody maybe asked that too. So this is SLO, the normal channel crunch mode or master all the way up, the preamp slightly blended in. This is Carnivore, and then if we want a little bit darker clean sound, we can use DV. Of course, we can tweak the amp if we want, and then V30 will give you more quack, more mids, less bottom. Like that. But anyway, yeah, the link is in the description below, and like it says here, get a $10 discount on my IR pack from January 30th to Feb 16th with my code, and then these other amp packs too, and there will be more IR packs in the future. And maybe more hard hitters packs too. We'll see, because I didn't cover all my amps. And the bad boy has been refurbished after I did the first pack. So stay tuned. Until next time, all the best, have fun playing. Thanks again for your fantastic comments and questions. Rock and roll. Until next time, take care, bye.